Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review and wear test on the new Studio Fix Tech Cream to Powder Foundation by MAC Cosmetics. This isn't new, but it's newer to me. So we're gonna dive right into this. But before we get started, I do quickly want to introduce myself for those of you guys who are new to my channel. Hi, welcome, my name is Jessica, aka The Mexican Beauty. I make videos on here on all things beauty, lifestyle, and fashion. So I would love for you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. While you're at it, hit that notification bell because I'll make sure you never miss a video. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram, The Mexican Beauty, because whenever I'm not here, I'm there 24/7. Also on TikTok, The Mexican Beauty. I've been posting a lot of fun, really quick content. Typically, I post kind of faster there than here, so you definitely want to check me out there. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get started. So I already have a blank canvas. The only thing I have on my face, obviously brows, makeup wise. And then for moisturizer, I did use my Fenty Skin Hydro Visor moisturizer with sunscreen 30. You guys know that I did mention that I like to use that when I do wear makeup because it doesn't give me a white cast like my other sunscreens that I wear just on days where I don't wear makeup. So we're gonna be using the One Size primer, the Secure the Blur, and I'm only gonna be using this in the areas where I have kind of those enlarged pores and I wanna blur out imperfections, which is right here. If you watch my videos, then you already know. Okay, so while we let this kind of sink into the skin, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this new MAC foundation. So I did purchase this from Nordstrom's and I wanna say it was like $26 or $27. I think it was on sale. They're having like a sale on some other items. This was one of the items that was on sale. I think it's typically like in the 30s, but I did pick this up for $26, $27. Ended up being maybe $29 just with like tax and everything. So I picked this up in the shade NC35, which is the shade that I currently am, winter, early spring, and then late spring, summer, I typically fall for NC40. So let's go ahead and get into this. This is supposed to be a natural matte finish, medium buildable coverage, lightweight, transformative texture. And here you do get 0.35 ounces. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I removed the little label. It definitely has that nice creamy texture. Like I mentioned, it is a cream to powder foundation. And I think this will be a good fit. So on one side, I'm gonna be applying it with a sponge, and then on the other side, I'm gonna be applying it with my brush. I'm gonna be taking this. This is the e.l.f. avocado sponge from the Chipotle collection. And I'm just gonna be taking product like that much. Ooh, it looks nice. It kind of reminds me of the Milani foundation, except I feel like that one blends a tad bit easier. This one feels like a little harder to blend. You guys can see some of the product is kind of staying right there. It's not as pigmented, like from one swipe, as the KVD Beauty. This one is more buildable, but we're just gonna go ahead and add. The color looks fantastic, NC35. I feel like it's definitely a buildable, full coverage finish. It definitely covered my rosacea pretty well with the sponge. You guys can see. It looks very skin-like and very natural. It doesn't look like it's necessarily laying on top. The only place where I do feel like it is just a touch is right here, but that's because I have been very, very dry in this area. So it's kind of clinging onto that texture. So if you do have dry skin, I would tread lightly. Now this does claim to be a matte foundation, so that's another thing to keep in mind if you do have dry skin. So let's go ahead and apply some right here. Right now I've been more so combo skin. If you guys watch me a lot, you guys know that my skin has been changing a little bit, so it's been more combo, but I still do have my oily moments. Okay, so this is with half of the product on this side of the face. What are your thoughts? I definitely do think like it looks really nice. This is the side where you guys can see my rosacea. Definitely if you're somebody that likes more so of a buildable coverage, something that you have full control over, you'll definitely like this because I feel like it's not like the KVD Beauty Good Apple where you like swipe it and bam, and if you're a little heavy-handed, you may go in with way too much. This I feel like is more skin-like, you have more full control over it. Okay, so now we're gonna be taking the KVD Beauty foundation brush number 10. This is my favorite brush to apply cream foundation. So we're gonna be using this to apply with a brush on this side. And I'm just gonna go ahead and swipe. I just feel like it just Yeah, like, do you see it? It definitely gives it that very nice pigmented effect. I would recommend getting this brush if you're somebody that does love a cream foundation. I think this is a good investment, especially right now that the Sephora sale is happening. You can get a discount off the brush. I want to say it's like $30 something, but just being able to get whatever discount that of whatever tier you are for rewards, definitely get it. Okay, I have to say, I think I like it better with the brush. I definitely do think it goes on a little bit smoother than the sponge. I do have to say, and I'm gonna be comparing this a lot to the KVD Apple just because I know a lot of people right now are on that bandwagon, but this is really nice too, especially if you like more so of a skin-like finish, and you are somebody that likes that like more buildable consistency. I think you will like how this looks because, like I said earlier, you have full control of how much you're applying. Very impressed. It looks nice. I think that overall, I would have to say if I had to pick a way to apply it, I would apply it with a brush, and I would highly recommend this KVD Beauty brush number 10. It's so good to apply this type of foundation. Like, it just looks stunning on this side. I personally, I mean, what do you guys think? I think this side for me. I always like to show you guys how it looks with one tool and how it looks with another tool. So it's looking nice. It's leaving the face looking like skin still. It doesn't look like you have this like mask on your face or like it's too stiff and dull. Like, it looks really nice. The color is also really good. If you are around my complexion, I think this would be a great color for you. And I just love how it's laying on the skin. It definitely does dry down as we let it set, because you guys can see the difference from this side. It's kind of been sitting on for longer than this side. So I'm gonna see how that does. I'm gonna finish off the rest of my makeup, and then I'm gonna come back and give you guys my first initial thoughts on this Studio Fix Tech, and then we can go ahead and begin our wear test because I'm really curious to see if this is worth your cash or not. Okay guys, so I am back. I finished my entire face of makeup and this is what we're looking like. I'm gonna have all the details down below in my description box, but I'm ready to talk about the Cream to Powder MAC foundation. So right now it is noon. It took me about an hour to finish getting ready. I was watching Real Housewives of Dallas, which has been my obsession lately. So I was like, let me go ahead and just take my time and see how this performs. I have to say it worked really well with everything on my face. I didn't have an issue of it separating or, you know, looking like it wasn't going to work with certain products. I used my Ultra Creamy Tarte Shape Tape on the under eyes, worked fine. I had to go ahead and set the under eyes with my KKW Beauty Loose Powder, just directly on the under eyes. I didn't set anywhere else. You guys can see that there is a little bit of some luminosity on the face. It's not dewy, it's just like a glow from within almost, and I kind of like it. I tend to find that sometimes with cream foundations, I do get that little bit of radiance from within look after I'm done applying it, just because it is a creamy texture, so it kind of stays creamy on the face a little bit. But this one sit really nicely. I do want to touch it to see if it's sticky. It is slightly sticky. It's nothing too intense. But I can see it transfer a little bit on the back of my hand, which means that it probably will transfer on my mask. But I'll let you guys know if when it transfers, it does like come off of the face. So stay tuned for that during my final check-in. Only other thing that I did notice that I find myself having to go back in with the brush is that up here where I have these like fine lines, it does kind of separate in those areas. So I had to go back in and kind of blend everything out so it kind of gave me a more smooth effect, because I am going to be wearing this for the rest of the day, so I don't want it to like look like it's separating up here. But I feel like it's going to happen again just because the foundation does separate. I don't feel like it dries completely matte. I definitely do feel like it stays a little bit more so on the creamy side. So those are just my very first impressions. I'm excited to wear this because I feel like the wear test is really going to tell us if this is worth the money, if this is worth checking out. So stay tuned for that, and also my in natural lighting clip, because you guys will be able to see how this face looks up close and personal. Okay guys, so I am back right now. It is 8:35 p.m. and I'm ready to give you guys my final check-in of the day of this MAC Cream to Powder foundation. So this is what we're looking like. I did go out, I did wear a mask, and you guys can see the main place where I feel like the makeup came off was around here, the chin, and then on the nose area, which is very common for product to separate and come off from the mask area. We are looking a little bit dewy in the typical places, but nothing too severely intense. I feel like it's holding up pretty well, to be honest. Especially you guys can see like in the places where I'm a little bit more dry, it doesn't look as oily as like the typical places where I tend to be more oily. Right here, that's kind of where it's at. So I think final thoughts, it's pretty foundation, but for me, the texture is a little bit more noticeable, and in some areas it looks a little bit more cakey. But I think that if you are somebody that does not like to get dewy, it's definitely not going to hold up completely matte, like right here in my oily spots. If you are dry, like in some other spots for me, it definitely stays nice and in place. So I mean, I guess it's good that I have combo skin now because you can see the best of both worlds. For me, would I repurchase this? I don't know, I feel like it's one of those products that I have to keep using just because I have been trying a lot of cream foundations. I'm like, what's what at this point? Because I've been trying the KVD Beauty, the Milani. I will say though, I do feel like this is definitely the Milani Cream to Powder Foundation, a dupe for both the KVD Beauty and this one, because I do feel like if you're on a budget and you're looking for something similar to these two higher end ones, definitely go with the Milani Cream to Powder. This is really good stuff. I wear the shade Sand. So I would say if you had to pick between one or the other, I would say get the Milani one instead of the MAC one. So those are pretty much all my thoughts. Let me know down below what you're thinking, whether you'll be checking this out or not. What do you think about cream foundation? They're the hottest in the game right now. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy watching it. And also, please don't forget to follow me on my other social medias, TikTok and Instagram, The Mexican Beauty. So that being said, don't forget to stay safe, stay blessed, and stay beautiful. And I'll see you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye, guys.